Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. In this video, I'm going to be finishing up the frame rails. Alright, so the frame rails now are completed. All I really did to them, I put in this other bend up here, put in this bend back there. Now the whole thing tapers to the front really nicely. I also rounded the end here, just put a half piece of pipe around the edge there to really clean that up, and that looks extremely nice. It really matches the front of the frame very well with the rounded frame horns on the front, and I think that ties the whole thing together nicely. Then what you didn't see me do, what I did off camera, is I went over everything with the MIG welder and I touched up as many little imperfections as I could on the welds. Then I ground those down with the sanding disc on the angle grinder, and then what you did see me do is I went over it with the orbital sander with just some 100 grit pads on there, and that really smoothed it out beautifully. So now what I need to do is figure out how I'm going to connect these and turn it into an actual frame. So I've got some goodies here to help me with that. What I have here is a rear cross member from a 1915 Model T, a rear spring from a Model T, a front spring from a Model A front axle from a 33 to 36 Ford. I also have this front cross member from a 32 Ford. This thing is in very rough shape. It is cracked and welded and cracked again in a million places, and it's not my intention to use this at all. I'm going to be making my own front cross member. I just might use that to get some dimensions off of it if I decide to. So what I'm going to do now is take you over to the back of the frame and explain to you what I'm thinking about with the rear cross member setup. Alright, so you can see here how short this cross member really is here. These are the ends of the original Model T frame right there, and you can see how short that was too. And there's really not much overlap at all here on my frame right there. But I think that I can make this work. What I'll probably try to do is just cut this a little bit here so that this is sitting flat on the frame right there. Then I can, once I take this stuff off here, is I can probably reuse this gusset here and just slide that over right against the frame there. And then on the back here, since there's not much material right there, I can make some other type of gusset that is essentially just like an extension of this frame here that comes down like that. It'll look like this is all one whole big piece, but it'll make it a lot wider back there. That's anyways what I'm thinking for doing for this rear setup there. So for the front then up here, like I said, I'm going to be making my own front cross member, and I'll figure out exactly what I'm going to do for that once I get this spring right here and this axle all set up with each other. But I think that should be working out very well in the end. So that's where I'm at now with all this stuff. In the next video, you'll probably see me messing around with that rear cross member and trying to get that all set up. I'm going to try to get a rear axle in here pretty soon as well, so I can get an idea of how everything's going to sit with each other. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.